Welcome everybody to a quick live stream, and I will not be before you long. And I really wasn't going to touch this particular topic because in my new life on YouTube, I'm not in a lot of drama. I'm doing my thing, and certain topics like this bring unwanted attention, and it brings unwanted trolls. But like the late great Reverend Caesar A. Clark at the Good Street Baptist Church, he used to say, I can't really stay away from this bush. I'm trying to move away, but something keeps bringing me back to it. So something keeps bringing me back to this story with respect to this McClure family. Now, you guys have heard about this YouTube channel, McClure Family. They are an interracial couple, and it's Nigerian lady, white man named Justin, and they have two young twin daughters that are very comical. They have over 1 million subscribers. But as of late, I believe that Justin was exposed for some tweets that he made that was considered to be racist against black people and black women in particular. And I'm not here to get into that. But I am here to get into this new discovery. And this new discovery that people have found out that he is not the real father of these children, but he is the stepfather of these children. And so that is what brings me back to the bush, as Caesar A. Clark used to say. That's what's bringing me back. That's what's triggering me. I don't really care anything about the swirling. I don't care nothing about the racist comments. But this brings me back to the bush. See, the flames is bringing me back to the bush. So that's why I'm here today to talk about this exposure. Now, I'm very proud to be what is known as an African American. And I'm going to make a video pretty soon called African American Pretenders. And it's not going to be nice. A lot of y'all not going to like it. But, I have a pretty much of a chip on my shoulders when I hear certain blacks have things to say about African Americans. It really bothers me. It doesn't matter when it was said, but I got a problem with that. I got a big problem with that. Now, although this Justin McClure tweet was years ago, his wife said something in an interview. She said that when he was talking to her, when he said, when I first met you, you made sure to tell me that you're an African American. I'm Nigerian American, is what she said. Because I come from a culture that's different from African Americans. We come from a culture of respect. In other words, African Americans' culture is trash. That's what she was saying in so many words. And I get it. That's how many Nigerian Americans feel when it comes up to African American. I know y'all want me to leave this alone, but see, I'm not going to stop talking about this because this exists. So I had to really, my eyes and ears tuned into that part. And you know what? I got to give Nigerian Americans a lot of credit in this country. I got to give them a credit because they are the best performing blacks academically, professionally, that there are out of any group. And now this is important when I'm saying, now make sure you follow this. So I'm listening to this interview of her talk about how she will not claim to be African American because she wants to be Nigerian American because she isn't. Her culture represents this and that, and it's a better. In other words, she's saying her culture is better than ours. And she grew up with certain values. Then when you look at this situation, she finds herself telling the truth that she got with a man, a white man. This white man who she got pregnant by and got into a bad relationship with a white guy. And now she has another white guy taking care of those kids. So I gotta try to put two and two together because you know me, I love to add, I love addition. I love multiplication. Miss McClure, baby, if you're listening to me, baby, let me talk to you for a second, baby. Come here. Let O'Shea talk to you. Let me ask you this. If you come from such a great culture that is superior, how in the world do you find yourself in a relationship with a white man and you have 2 babies by him, and months later you got another white man taking care of these kids? There's a disconnect there. Baby, what happened to you? And see, you were talking about how you put your kids in a bad situation, but then again, I got to go back to culture, though. I got to go back to culture, baby, because if you think about it, Nigerian men are the best black men in America. You see where I'm trying to go somewhere with this? I'm trying to get away from the bush, but I can't get away from the bush. The bush keep bringing me back, like Dr. Caesar Clark used to say at church. The bush keeps bringing me back. So I'm coming back to the bush, and the bush is telling me, you who are so proud to be a Nigerian, and you are from the best performing group in a community where Nigerian men are doing better than white men on average. Now, it'd be different to say that I'm with a white man because Nigerian men are not shit. I catch myself swirling because African American men ain't shit. This is what some of them say. But what is your excuse about Nigerian men? Because Nigerian men are kicking ass in America. You can like them or not. That is true. They are the best performing group of black men in America, but you still can't get one. So either you don't want one, you don't qualify for one, but you find yourself with an abusive, low achieving white man. This is something. I'm trying to stay away from the bush, but the bush, it keeps bringing me back. I'm coming back to the bush. How do we find ourselves in such a situation, young lady? Let's move forward. Then you get pregnant by a white man, and for whatever reason, you said you leave him. He might say he leaves you, and you are a single mother with nobody to care for your kids. Those white kids and black kids that you have. In that culture that you come from, that you're so proud of, produces a young woman who make a bad decision in men and pick a white man when you could have picked one of your own men who statistically do a lot better than these white men, but you didn't want to do that. So you go out and pick a bad apple, and then you end up with this guy. Now, this guy also is what you would probably consider a bottom shelf brat. And I'm using that terminology because that's kind of synonymous with your Black Pookie and Ray Ray. A low achieving Caucasian. This is what Dynasty Mir calls it. You see, when you meet this other guy that has to come in and be stepdaddy, he is not high achieving either. See, he is also unlike the men of your culture in America. See, Nigerian people are a high achieving people. I can't take it away from them. I can't take it away from them. But I'm really preaching. This is good. But you find yourself again with a guy who claims to say that he is an alcoholic. He is a drunk. He is struggling. So you go from saying, now, number one, you're proud of your heritage. You do not want to be considered African American because they have really what you're saying, no culture. They have no fundamental traditions. And I wouldn't, the African American culture, it has dissolved. I will give you that to a certain degree. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it in a way. But then you pick 2 white men who are underachieving. And the only reason that you are achieving is because you have twins that are YouTube friendly. This is one of the things. So then when I hear swirlers, who want to push this propaganda of why black women should get with white men. And really, I don't really care about that. That's y'all decision. How they offer up more opportunities. What I'm finding out is the guys that these women can get more often than not, it looks a lot like white Pookie and Ray Rays to me. Because I gotta say this. I gotta say this. You had two chances, two marriages that you declined with Nigerian men, the best performing black men in America. So you had the first chance, you got a white guy. Second chance, you got a white guy. And neither one of these dudes on paper are nothing what Nigerian American men are. Academically, scholastically, maybe you would even say morally. So then that brings me to this position. Either the white man's ice is always colder. So let me talk about this. Shout out brother Brandon Jones. You know, I had to come back out of retirement on y'all. Y'all forgot who I was. It must tell me that for some black women, not a lot, but some, even if you do achieve anything that you want to achieve as a black man, you are high achieving black men, still it's not enough for them, for some of them. Because if I'm proud of my culture, if I'm proud of my heritage, then automatically I'm going to want to stick within my heritage, especially if my heritage has a network, especially if my heritage is doing very well. There's nobody doing better than blacks as Nigerians. So realistically, Nigerian women would have no reason to marry out because your men are doing the best. Or it's never enough what a black man or what an African man can do. See, we could be dealing with that also. We could also be dealing with that also. But what I want to know is if you are going to be dealing with other groups of people, because, you know, when black men deal with white women, it is for a whole nother reason. Shout out to Jack Charles, brother. I'm gonna read your super chats a little bit. Like, y'all get the likes up. When a black man deals with a white woman, I talked about yesterday, it's for the reason that I can't really get nowhere with black women, and I'm looking for some feminine compassion. Okay. When black women are looking for white men, they are looking for providers. Providers. This is the thing. If you want to get married, you need to get a provider. Because it's so many dudes who are black, you say they're pookies and Ray Rays, they drug dealers, they're not serious. Well, then how do you explain that you go deal with white men or your first husband who is everything that a nigga on the street would be, if not worse? See, this is the problem that I have. If you're going to put down black men, if this is your argument, then you should be producing with white men who do not have those Negro tendencies. But what we are seeing in many cases, you are seeing those white men on nigga status. This is what you're seeing. And what you're seeing is a lot of bottom shelf brads that's being chose up here. So then it tells me, well, if this particular sister finds herself with one dude who was abusive, if she finds herself with a dude who was a loser, and if she finds herself with the dude that was struggling, I'm gonna get back to that because when he was a struggling comic, he was an alcoholic, and that's when they met. then the question is, what does that say about her? What does that say about her? Let's go back to the culture of many arguments of African immigrants. I got to talk about this real quick, and they make some good points about us too. I won't lie. One of the things that they say is, with African Americans, we have a bad reputation. We are lazy. We don't have any respect, some of us, and we don't want to keep up tradition. Then what would your parents say before they migrated to America that their daughter would end up married to a white man who she willingly had babies by that couldn't take care of her or couldn't do anything for her? By the way, we're going to work real hard to come to America and start over again and bring our talents to give you a better life. By the way, you're going to get with some of the lowest quality white men available. This is why we're moving to America. This is it. You know what that is called in many families? It's called shame. It's called embarrassment. See, nobody wants to talk about that. It's called putting shame on the family's name. And see, whether she want to admit it or not, that is what she did. Because I'm sure that her family was trying to get her to understand that since you say you love our culture, you need to marry some of these successful Nigerian brothers that we got for you. Because she's not a bad looking woman. She's not a bad looking woman. But see, the thing is, bottom shelf brads, the white Pookies and Ray Rays, they have a common progenitor here. And that is this. Bottom shelf brads get bottom shelf interracial date couples. You see, that's what we don't want to talk about here. And see, a lot of people think that they're going to be getting something that they're not. I got to talk about this because this is important even for you brothers out there. I talk about this all the time. I talk about it on Patreon today. A lot of y'all feel like you're going to move to a different country and you are going to find a woman who is going to be leaps and bounds better than the women here. Now, could you find a woman that is better looking? Absolutely. Could you find a woman who's not going to argue with you? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you're going to meet somebody who got the same values that you do. Because the reality is, trash begets trash. See, that's something that nobody wants to say. That am I the only one who really looked at this like situation like I'm looking at it right now? Shout out to the elder. Am I the only one that really broke this down in this fashion? This is a genius of O'Shea Duke Jackson. Not only am I a comedian, just a great storyteller and an absolute great model, because I look so good. I'm also, my neurons, they firing. My neurons is firing. I got to get back to the bush. Let me go back to the bush. How come I'm the only one who sees that she has two relationships with what Dinus calls bottom shelf brads? Why am I the only one that saw this? See, I'm not worried about no racist tweets. See, that don't make me come back to the bush. I don't care about that. But when you talk to me about your values and your culture and how you don't want to be considered African American, see, now I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that. Whatever you say that your culture puts you in a better position because you're proud of that, and if you anyway get away from that, I'm going to come back to that. I'm coming back to the bush. So then I got to ask you, why are you embarrassing your culture like this? I got to ask you. Because, see, if this was like the Chinese culture, she could not come back with other kids with no husband and somebody else would take care of him. And let's talk about that. See, here's the situation that a lot of swirlers want to sweep under the rug. See, a lot of black men for years have been dealing with women that go out and have a baby by somebody who ain't shit. Hotep, y'all know what I'm talking about. And then they expect you black men to come in and clean that shit up. This is what they expect. Oh man, they expect that. They expect that. They don't even feel that they need to give you anything. In fact, what would they tell you? I got to make sure that you worth me even seeing my kids. You ain't, you got to prove to me that you worth seeing my kids before I can date you. Now think about this. Now this lady done had a kid or two by somebody else, and she's coming to the table like, you got to prove to me that you can take care of these kids that ain't yours. That's the attitude of a lot of women in America. And so now black men like, wait a minute. I'm not going to take nobody else's kids. And the black man in America is like, considered the lowest totem pole. And a lot of black men ain't going to do that. But what about a white man who does that? What about a white man who does it? Think about a white man that's privileged. He has all of the privilege on earth. And I hate to tell y'all, I know you black men think that you are the most wanted man on earth. You might be 2 or 3, but you damn sure ain't 1. Because I done been all around the world. And whenever the white man shows up, he cleans house. Even on your home continent, if he show up and you show up, that white man gonna whoop your ass every time with these women. Bottom line. If the white man shows up in Africa, you ain't got a chance. Don't believe me? Go look at naughtynomad.com. So if you look at her, most black men are not going to take care of a black woman that got 2 biracial babies. But what kind of white man would step up and do such a thing? See, this is what we got to talk about. What kind of mindset or position in life would you have to be to say, you know what, I'm the white man? I have every opportunity. I can get Asian women. I can get white women. Hell, I can get black women. But the only option that I have right now is this black chick and these 2 twins. Now, what position in life does he have to be in? So you got to think about that. Because the average black man ain't going to do it. If the black man won't do it and the white man will do it, what kind of white man is he? I know you didn't think about it like that. I know that you didn't. This is why you watch me and I don't watch you, nigga, because you didn't think about it like that. What kind of white man would he be? Would he have to be? Because a white man typically ain't gonna clean up nobody else's shit. The white man is, if you think about it, most black women that deal with white men, they know they got to come to them with a certain level of respect. This is why white men, even Christian Harrison said, you got to leave your black girl attitude at home. Because the white man ain't going to deal with your mouth like that. The white man ain't going to deal with your mouth like that. Like a black man will. But when a white man is willing to do something that the white man won't do, it's not because he chooses to. It's because he don't have no other choice but to do that. So then here comes the narrative that if you are a black single mother, a white man can come to your rescue. Now, one thing she had going on in the favor, shout out to Dr. Redwood, is those babies were light-skinned. Now, let's keep it real. If them babies were black, Now, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. The guy is somewhat smart though, because if she had black babies and not light-skinned babies, they would have 5 million subscribers on YouTube, if you think about it. Because the whole world would want to see a white man and a black woman raising dark-skinned children. Oh, that would have, I'm trying to tell you, that would have been a hit on YouTube. They would be doing even better than they're doing now. So he still might have did it. He still might have did it. But it got something to say about him. What up, Sub-Zero? Good to see you, brother. He still would have did it. And so this is why I'm coming back to the bush. I got to get my Reverend Caesar A. Clark on. Back to the bush. This is why black men don't have no business taking these folks serious. Y'all waste your time arguing with these what you call it, sisters. These sisters who claim that they are, doing the swirling thing and looking for opportunities. Because if this is the best that they can do, if this is the best that they got, I mean, me and JJ was talking about this on break over at St. Negro's Hospital last night. We had the dice game going, but it was on our break. We wasn't with the patients, and we had the dice game going. We was talking about this last night, Doc, over there in the diagnosis, because Dr. Deacon, we had him go. We had Dr. Deacon Eric P. to go get some booms for him, and we did have the nurses in there twerking. So I'm just letting you know we was doing a little something. Why do you black men go out here calling these women bed wenches? You go out here arguing with them. Man, if you do not see that they have lost, and in a real big way, this is, and this is why I try to tell you brothers out there, if you get out there and interracially date, and your interracially dating profile is fucked up like this, don't put it on YouTube. Don't do that. Do yourself a favor and go somewhere and sit in the corner. And let me talk about this. If it had not been for YouTube, they would be broke. Because see, contrary to popular opinion, some people have to YouTube. Because see, that's all that they have. See, if it wasn't for them girls, they would both be broke. See, they got together because they needed to each other. They was broke. They was done. But these girls, that's who saved their life. They was broke. Shout out to my brother Elliot Stewart. So they're here because they have to be. Shout out to getting brother Stewart and brother, y'all must got paid today. I'm telling you, black men, right now, y'all need to stop trying to argue with them and take them serious. This looks bad. And I'm going to tell you, black men, right now, don't you come on my goddamn show. Because I got Charles Merchant. We got Blackest Night. My moderator's going to time you out. Don't you come on my show bragging about an interracial relationship and you got to fail like this. Do not make black men look bad. If you come on bragging about an interracial relationship and it ends like this, you make yourself look bad. And when you have to defend this kind of foolishness, you let the world know how desperate you are. It just makes, a lot of people so desperate for an interracial relationship. I'm just going to keep it real. So much so that for you to get to other race of person, you will take the worst. Just so that you can say, I got a white woman, or I got a white man, or I got a Brazilian woman. Some of y'all will do anything. Again, me and Dr. Red, we were talking about this. positive nigga Insky sign. We talked about this over there in the wards last night at the hospital at St. Negroes. This is what y'all do. And I'm not going to let you come on here and be with bottom shelf Amy, bottom shelf Brenda, bottom shelf, what's the white girl name? Alyssa. When you could have stayed in a race and fucked your life up. See, that's the thing. Don't go transfer the race and go over there and still fuck your life up. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to get a white woman, make sure that white woman is something that the white man would even want. Don't go and brag about the white woman that the white man don't want. I see a lot of y'all Negroes will do this because y'all know. Again, I happen to have my iPad out last night. I don't know if Dr. Redwood went on there and put on X videos on my stuff because, you know, he's sneaky like that. He play games. And there was some pogs on there. And I see some of you brothers that be video recording these white women doing some nasty stuff. And I look at what they look like. I can't even believe that you recorded that, nigga. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, number one, why did I watch this for 10 seconds? That's the first thing I want to. I'm mad because I can't get my time back. Is that right, Brother Omega? I can't get my 10 seconds back. And you have uploaded yourself with your face in the video, sleeping with this behemoth of a white woman. Not even a good looking one. And you upload it on the internet and as if you have achieved something great. This is what some of y'all niggas do. And then you go back and say, I don't deal with black women no more. But look at what you are dealing with. Now, I understand that, you know, white women tend to be a little bit nicer in certain aspects, stuff like that. But nigga, don't add fuel to the fire. Because what they're going to be able to say in the debate is, look at what y'all getting. You getting the white girl with the cherry weaves. Some of y'all get the white girls and get them braids. Some of y'all do that. I mean, the white girl with the thigh tattoo, the tongue ring, the Air Jordans and the Air Forces. Y'all don't think I see. I see. Y'all don't think I see y'all. I see everything that y'all do. Y'all can't. Everything that you do, we see it. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and get Art by Fresh out of here. Hold on, player. You only funny. Boot it. Get up out of here. I see everything that y'all do. Shout out to ABL. Then you want to go back and call them bad wenches and talk bad about them. But Negro, here you are doing the same thing. And again, I'm trying to get away. What am I trying to get away from? Somebody tell me. Dr. Eric Diggin P. What am I trying to get away from, Eric P? I'm trying to get away from something. Somebody tell me in the chat. I'm trying to get away from something. What am I trying to get away from? Somebody comment. I want to see it. I'm going to wait. I'm trying to get away from something. What am I trying to get away from? I'm trying to get away from something. I'm trying to see. No, not niggas. If you was listening earlier, you know I've been always saying it. I'm trying to get away from the bush. That's right. I'm trying to get away from the bush. But I keep coming back to the bush. I'm trying to get away from the bush. I would like to move on in the conversation, but the bush, it keep bringing me back. I got to come back to the bush. I'm coming back to the bush. I'm back on the bush because I can't stop talking about it. And see, really when I see the swirlers in these women, I kind of feel sorry for them a little bit. God bless you. Bless your heart, baby. I can't even really be mad at you. Because neither group can brag about getting the lowest denominators of the race. Now, if you come with a white man, University of Chicago, attorney, 6-7 figures a year, I can't say nothing about that. Can't say nothing. I can't say nothing about it. But let me kind of come back to the bush because I'm trying to get away from it. I can't get away from it, Brother Brandon L. I got to get away. I can't get away from the bush. Let me come back to you. Yesterday, I made the point that when it comes to black men wanting to have dreams and aspirations, black women will give you how much time to get those dreams and aspirations done? Who remember it? Because I did a great show on it yesterday. It was an awesome show. How many minutes did I tell you black women going to give you to accomplish your dreams typically? How much time? Somebody comment how much time I told her. If you tell a black woman that you have dreams in 15 minutes, that's all you got. If you don't accomplish them dreams in 15 minutes, nigga, I'm getting up out of here. The relationship is over. I'm done with you if you can't achieve your dreams in 15 minutes. But with a white man who is a struggling alcoholic, low achieving. Oh, baby, she got all day for him. You see that? This is the same person who says, I have great family values. I'm unlike African Americans. We are different than them. But I can go ahead and stoop to the level and give this dude 15 minutes. Give him time to help develop me, even though I'm coming to the table with nothing. But they'll come to the table with nothing for us. Elliot Stewart can't get that 15 minutes. And they will come to the table with us with 2 or 3 kids from 3 different niggas and say, you got to do it in 10 minutes. But they'll give this white man 2, 3, 4, 5 years to make all these moves. You see how that works? See, when it comes to you, you'll only get 15 minutes. They ain't got time for you. But do you know what? It's good that this information is coming out. Now, I gotta preface this by saying this because I don't want to make it seem as if some black women don't got black men's back. There are a lot of black women out there that have been calling this buffoonery out. I was listening to Mr. Controversy a little earlier, and he weighed in on it. Shout out to him. He has a pretty interesting channel. And I would listen to Paris Milan, who covered it so well that I didn't need to cover it. Because some people cover stuff so good that I don't even talk about it. I don't really talk about, if you notice me, I don't talk about trending topics anymore. I'm going to tell you why I don't do that. Trending topics gets the wrong type of subscribers a lot of times. I don't like to report news or report drama because I feel I'm so good at what I do and my storytelling ability, and I'm just such a badass Negro. I could talk about ramen noodles, chicken flavor, and weenies and get a lot of views. I don't have to talk about nothing. I'm O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm somebody. I don't have to talk about shit. Huh? Is that right? Huh? Listen. I ain't got to talk about no trending damn topic. I could make a talk about any motherfucking thing and get views on it. I don't got to talk about that shit. But again, I couldn't get away from what? The bush. The bush kept the burning bush. I had to come back to the bush. I had to come back to the bush. Brother Randolph, I see what you're talking about. I had to get it. That's actually cough back because I brought the wrong cup. I had to come back to the bush. And this is why you brothers need to stop engaging these women who call themselves swirlers. You need to stop trying to fight with them because this is showing that this is a bad look. And it shows that women make bad decisions regardless of the race of men that they're dealing with. See, you can't When a woman goes and deals with a white man and she experiences the same issues that she says she having with black men, then really who can we say the problem is with? This is what we got to talk about, because see, your past gonna tell you a lot about your future. And if you are a woman that you say that black men, I'm not saying that she said that, but if she doesn't want to deal with black men, and you go to the white man and experience a similar issue, then what we can say is that it's not black men's fault, nor is it white men's fault. The fault is you. See, that's about being accountable, which we can't we can never expect them to do that. That's fine. But all that you have to do is let them make their own mistakes. And see, really, it's sad when we talk about black men got failed careers and abusive and all of this. Then you go to the white man, and again, I'm going to deal with just realistically. Again, in Paris Milan did an excellent job on the fact that if a white man says racist things about black women, they'll defend it. Now, again, I'm not shocked by that. I'm not really going to comment too much on that. But see, that's something that you should know. For some of these women, it doesn't matter what you do in your personal life. Some of them are not going to want to deal with you. And that's fine. You don't have to call them any names. You know, even here in Poland, and I'm not afraid to share this, here in Poland, and if you guys know, Poland is not, it's in the European Union, but Poland is not a rich country. But man, you ought to see how these African women act when they come here. They will see, because let me tell you something about Europe. When you see Africans in Europe or black people in Europe, you know, you have to have money to be here, somewhat of money. You can't just be here real poor. You got to at least be in a middle class family or wealthy family to come here, because you got to pay for your tuition. Don't ask a stupid ass question in the chat. What? Niggas. Okay. You got to have some money to be here. So automatically, when you see a black person in Europe, I know that you are somebody. I know that you're somebody. You got to be, because you wouldn't be here if you would. If you were dead broke and impoverished, you would not be in Europe as a student. Now, somebody talked about Paris. We're not talking about Paris, Negro. Where did you hear Paris and Poland? Stop the show. Look at Marty W. This is what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about here. I gotta admit the nigga to St. Negro's Hospital. Give him an MRI, give him a CT scan. Because where did I say Paris? Where? You see how some Negroes are just their mind just is doing this. Well, there's broke people in Paris. Nigga, who talking about Paris? What is wrong with your mind? I'm talking about Poland. If you're in Poland, where I am in Poland, not people in Paris, they have blacks or United Kingdom that live there. Okay, fine. In Poland, Negro, Poland. Because I started off saying that Poland is not a rich country. And you see where your mind went? Your mind is fucked up. Poland is a poor country. So when you see black people in Poland, you know that to come to Poland, nobody wants to come to Poland no goddamn way. Nobody wants to come here for the most part. You only come here because you have to. Anybody from Africa would rather be in London or in UK or Ireland or France. Nobody wants to come to Poland. You come to Poland because you can't go nowhere else. So when you come to Poland, Silent J, you stupid, don't ask me nothing that got nothing to do with the goddamn conversation. Time out. Trying to interrupt the show. God damn, you dumb. Anyways, these black men, when you see them here from Africa or wherever, they gotta be from something. But these chicks, when they come here, knowing that Poland is one of the more poor countries in the EU, they will walk right past the brother. They will give you attitudes. You will speak to them, and they'll look at you like you're crazy. Like, and they don't even be that cute a lot of times. But oh, they be on Tinder. What do those white dudes tell them on Tinder? They tell them, I've never been with a black chick before. Would love to find out what it feels like. Like those white dudes tell them straight up a lot of times. I've never been with a black girl before. I've never been a black girl before. And a lot of black dudes, peep this, will have more money than the actual Polish dude. But they will still, because this dude is white, they will still be chasing these dudes. Even though these black dudes come from middle-class families. Shout out to my brother Ralph Stallworth. Middle-class families. Brothers got money out here. They still chasing it. It's some black women you never go, no matter what you do or what you're doing in your life, it ain't gonna matter. White is just right for some, and you cannot be mad at that, brothers. That's just how it is. So I'm not mad, nigga. I'm not mad. I mean, do what you want to do. So you brothers, stop trolling them, and you continue to get your stuff together. Now I'm gonna do a video, not tonight though, tomorrow. I'm gonna do, because I ain't doing no more videos today. I'm tired of y'all already, because it's 47 minutes in. I'm already tired. Shout out to brother Ralph Stallworth. Appreciate you. Now, you brothers, hold on. Now, I done gave y'all so much content. Now, listen, I'm not really worried about the donations, because I know I know the food stamp checks don't come in till the 1st and the 15th. But nigga, the likes are free. This is what I'm talking about. The likes are free because Jesus paid it all. You want content. Some of y'all say, and let me tell you something before, I got about another 13 minutes here. The likes are free. I have to tell y'all this every time, that Jesus paid it all. The likes are free. On the cross, he paid it. It's free to like the video. Ain't that right, Brother Jackson? It's free. But y'all are stingy. Can't even get free stuff from y'all. What up, artists? Oh, connections. What's going on with you, brother? I'm gonna read all the super chats. I appreciate your brother super chatting. I've been trying to get this. I've been trying to do more individual stuff and not as much group stuff, because it was, man, O'Shea, man, hey, man, I like your group stuff, man. I like your group chats, brother, but, man, I love your stuff individually. So I said, okay. Harry Mingo, good to see you, brother. $10, man. I try to do some individual things, but y'all can't even like the video. This is why Negroes are stingy with the likes, brother. Ain't that right, brother Merchant? So listen. That's all we got to say today for the most part. Now, I will give a little bit of a prelude to some things I'm going to be talking about. I want to talk about this whole idea of colorism and my grandmother. I won't talk about it right now. It's a good one. If you guys heard the one about how my mama helped me break up with my girlfriend, it's going to be a similar storyline. So typically when I do a video, I put somewhat of a story spin to it, because I'm a master storyteller. I just got those gifts. Me and Dr. Red would talk about this all the time over at St. Negroes in the OR. But we really have to understand that this whole idea of swirling and this whole idea of colorism, this doesn't come from black men. Because I'm going to share in this video I got coming out tomorrow how my grandmother and great aunts were the ones that were pushing why I need to get with a light-skinned woman. Why you need to have a mulatto. And if you look at this right now, those McClure twins, probably one of the reasons why they get so much love is because they're mulatto children. You know, when black men have mulatto children, they don't be trying to make those children, they just like, all right, whatever, you light skinned, but you still a nigga. That's how black men look at their kids, We look at you still black. But really, this whole colorism stuff, man, this is a women thing, man. The women are the ones that want their children to be lighter, want their children to be, and really what you see is the women who can't get on the Swirl campaign. They're the ones that's really fighting. But this stuff it comes from moms, man. My dad never told me you need to get with a light-skinned woman. You need to get with a man. This my dad never told me that. But I have many women family members that told me that. Because a lot of people don't know, man. My grandmother and grandfather, they were, I guess you can call them coons. If you call my granddaddy black, he would tell you, I'm not black, man. Don't call me black. And back in those days, there was only certain ways to move up. You couldn't move up in white America as a black person. So you can only move up in two ways. You can move up in academics, or you can move up in the church. That's why a lot of black people were trying to get involved in the church community, become deacons, become ushers, become preachers. That was the network. And one of the ways to come up in black America as the community was to be married to a mulatto person. Because you couldn't marry a white person, so be married to them. If you look at all of the homecoming queens and look at some of your black college elites, Howard University, look at some of your Hampton University, stuff like that. Go look at those homecoming queens and kings and stuff from 80s and on up. You don't see a lot of light-skinned folks. Thurgood Marshall looking people. W.E.B. Du Bois looking people. You don't see too many black people, dark-skinned people. You'll see a lot of even Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington. A lot of our earlier people that were speaking for black people were mulattoes. That was the way to black success. Stop the show. Sports auctioneering. I'm gonna leave that alone right now. Please help me breed this dark skin out with it. So listen, I'm gonna deal with that later. All right. No, I'm leave him alone. I'm gonna 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 leave him alone. So I want to just say this. Let me shout out the super chats, brothers. And I will not be coming back tonight. I'm tired of y'all. Oh shit, Dwayne, $16 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Now you know what this is what I hate to see. I hate to see the same brothers always giving. Okay, I'd like to see some of the new brothers, man. And I love your content. Some of you new brothers can put $1 in there. All right, our brothers that haven't donated. Don't let all the same people. A lot of y'all be watching, man. Okay, also we got the new Negro Manosphere. Now, also listen, guys, I'm going to extend the moderator thing all the way to the end of August. Lauren C, is this convo for black men only? If so, I'll respect your space and exit. I mean, you can comment. I mean, you know. So, I'm sick of y'all. Yeah, I'm sick of you Negroes, man. But anyways, I like to see new people supporting the show, man. I like to see the same people. I like to see all black men support because you know we do at the Negro Manosphere. Thank you, Jimmy Mindy. Because you know what we do, man. We have the ebooks. Besides, if you want the new ebooks, the free ebooks, we have 4 of those. We have the comic coming out. Thank you, Isaiah Alexis. Now, who's seen my comic on the Patreon? My doctor, do you wrong. I'm gonna do a whole new comic called St. Negro's Hospital. Dr. Action at St. Negro's Hospital. Y'all gotta see that one. It's gonna be me, Dr. Dick, and Eric P, and Dr. Action. You know, it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna be doing all kind of shit. So if you want to see my comic, who hasn't seen my comic? Thank you again, Jimmy Mindy. I'm gonna read your statement out. If you have not seen the Negro Manosphere's comic, you are missing out. It is a classic, written by yours truly. And by the end of the year, I promise to be working on Dr. Action in St. Negro's Hospital. It's going to be a classic. I'm thinking of a storyline of it right now. It might change America when I get done with this. So, my comic is the one that I have right now is free. Okay, so if you want to see it, I'll put the link in the chat. You can just click on it right now. Actually, I'll do this real quick. If you want to read my comic, go into the description right now. Negro Manosphere comic, Dr. Action comic. Shout out to Aaron Ferris. Let me see. Go into the description right now. Go into the description. Okay, there's the comic. Read that, share that with your friends, and email me once you've read it. All right. Now let me do this. Let me read the super chats. Okay. Isaiah Lex thinking Jimmy Mindy, colorism and swirling are black women talking points. Black men do not allow yourself to be dragons that foolishness. Focus on yourself, black men. Jimmy, man, listen, I got a podcast every Saturday with the British brothers on my second channel called the Bruvcast. Okay. I would love for you to email me so we can get you on there with all our British brothers. We do it every Saturday. Ronnie Hodge, who's saying, keep them coming, boss. Thank you so much. Artists inside your Sunday shows have been lit, man. Harry Mingo, thank you so much. Ralph Stallworth, Josiah Josh, took a white dude with a failed career. Sub-Zero, what's up, homie? Mr. Grandeur, he's a gorilla simp. Elliot Stewart, man of tomorrow from Black Low C win to White Low C mid. Then they get defended by USA Sisters. Preach, brother. Jack Charles, Fit for Life, $2. Brendan Jones, filling these solo videos you've been dropping lately. Larry Michael, Rob is simple. Michael Neal. Oh no, that was the other. Sorry, I'm sorry. So I'm reading the wrong one. Y'all know I can't read that good, brother. These big old bifocal glasses, y'all done got me blinded and everything. So go and look at my go into the description. You'll see that. Oh, Dion Gibson, shout out to you, brother. Oh, you French, by the way. Okay, well, you live in the UK, man. So we love to have you on. So thank you. I just really appreciate everybody for your support on this particular channel. Okay. All right, brother. I gotta get the hell up out of here. Peace. And shout out again to Dion Gibson, man. I thank you so much for your support, brother. Hotep, Hotep, Hotep.